So I've been made aware that the last couple of weeks that the males have hated my video that I was talking about my breakup, and I was saying I broke up with my boyfriend, but he was a good guy, treated me well, but he was not my husband, so we broke up. They had a problem with that because basically what they're saying is good enough should be good enough. But let me tell you one thing, good enough was never good enough for me. Never good enough for me. Never good enough for me. Never good enough for me.
Like, I was talking to this one guy, like, a few years back, and he was literally so kind, such a nice person. Like, there was really nothing wrong with him. But I got an ick, like, out of nowhere. So I kind of started distancing myself, and another opportunity came in. Now, although this new opportunity had quite literally a billion red flags, just because of that one ick from the other guy, I went with the red flag.
But wait! There's more!
Advice for dealing with the guilt of leaving a healthy relationship and hurting someone you really cared about. First of all, you should never feel guilty about leaving a relationship, even if it's a good one, because just like people leave good ones, people stay in bad ones. There's no logic to like what makes you stay in a relationship. You could be dating the best guy in the world. If you want to leave, you want to leave. And a healthy relationship isn't enough to make me stay. Maybe most importantly, you need to be happy, because when you're happy, then your relationships are better. You get what you give in relationship. Ultimately, even if you fucking stayed with this guy because your relationship was healthy, which I mean, definitely don't do that. And you know, if you truly love someone, you let him go. Don't feel bad that you didn't want to be in this healthy relationship. Like, oh, what's wrong with me? Am I an agent of chaos?
Yes!
Meanwhile,
somebody let me know if I'm crazy. I've been going back and forth with family and friends because I decided to end my 17-year relationship with the perfect girl. A little bit about me is I'm a single father. It is by choice. And when I was 19, I had gotten in trouble with the law, and it made it difficult for me to get gainful employment. I was living with my parents at the time. This woman had came into my life. She cooked, she cleaned, she went more than 50-50. She was going 100% until I got back on my feet. When I got back on my feet, I started to feel like I'm settling. You know, sometimes in relationships, people grow apart, okay? They grow apart. And I started to feel like I'm settling and that there's something out there better for me. And I know a lot of men are in my situation where you have the perfect girl. And I'm here to tell you that it's okay to leave the perfect girl.
Drizzle Drizzle.
So a man on TikTok named Scarface Mark made a video explaining why he broke up with the perfect girl.
All right, y'all. So I just broke up with my ex of 5 years, and I literally have no complaints about her. Like, she was perfect, right?
I'll link the full video in the description below, but the point of the video was to create outrage, which it did. When women heard the things they do to men done back to them, they lost their mind. They couldn't believe a man would do that to a woman. Fellas, I think we on to something. Now, a lot of people may say that Drizzle Drizzle is simply satire and it shouldn't be taken seriously.
This Drizzle Drizzle thing was fun at first, but now it's beginning to look pathetic. You gotta understand, the Drizzle Drizzle movement only works if it remains satire, if it remains just a funny inside joke between men. The moment anyone starts taking it seriously, especially men, it's pathetic.
Bullshit?
Wait a minute, pimpin'. I think men have a power play that we're unaware of. Answer these questions. 1. Who travels to the West looking for a wife? 2. Can the Western modern woman easily find what she's looking for overseas? And 3. When the lockdowns in 2020 happened, what did we witness women do in mass? What they didn't do was take a husband. What they did do was take their clothes off. The only option she gave to the lonely man was a subscription plan to her OnlyFans. Basically what I'm saying is when women's back is against the wall, they begin to drop them draws.
Let's play a game. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
Fellas, look, we're the only docile, submissive men in a capitalist society. Every other society is either patriarchal or too poor to support the Jezebel lifestyle. So we're the only option. That's the secret that they don't want you to know. So when they thought that men finally figured it out, they went into panic mode. Fellas, if it's satire, then we the only ones playing games. Was it satire when they divorce and leave good men? Was third wave feminism and the Me Too movement satire? To my Asian kings in Korea, is the 4B movement satire? When women start something, they don't play. Sprinkle Sprinkle isn't satire. When Drizzle Drizzle first started, they actually took men serious, and what did men do? Oh no, we just playing. Like a damn kid that can't stand on business. If it's just satire, then it's no better than slaves making satire out of freedom. Hey master, look at me, I'm running. You know I never do that, right, master? You know I never do that. If you making Drizzle Drizzle videos and you don't mean it, that's like taking the whip from massa and being like, you see that, massa? You see how that feels? Instead of, like he do to you.
If you're going to be in your subconscious closet as a drizzle drizzle, what you call it, soft boy era dude, the only women you're going to attract are Pick Misha and Barbara the Builders. And those type of women will only hold you back, literally. So.
But you only being with a man for his money ain't holding him back? The only people getting held back is the women listening to this Jezebel logic. She just proved in one statement that she does not understand men and isn't fit to give advice. What man wants a predatory gold digger that brags about not bringing nothing to the table?
I don't bring nothing to the table. What you bring?
Over a woman that wants him for who he is. Sprinkle Sprinkle must be the magic fairy dust this woman high on.
Don't lay down with any boy in his soft boy era. Don't lay down with anything more feminine than you. Okay, and some of these guys in the comments are definitely more feminine than a lot of ladies in this chat.
Fellas, don't lay down with a woman in they can't show they natural hair, always wearing weave era. And don't lay down with any woman more masculine than you.
Okay, don't lay down with them. Because they're definitely in the closet. At least subconsciously.
And that's for all the Rainbow Brothers that think that y'all they besties. Look at how quick they are to throw y'all under the bus as a way to toss shade at us.
So you want to find an older guy who grew up in the era where masculinity was trending. And this is why I say go to the older generation, because they know what it still is to be a man.
I think she likes us. Does she like you? No, she likes you. She like you. She wants some BBC.
She's talking about targeting boomer-aged men to con them out of their retirement money. And I bet you she'll take it a step further and say go after the ones without children because they're more likely to be sugar daddies. Not to mention it was the boomers that taught us how to be blue pill, how to be genuine, how to give a girl flowers and open the door, all the corny stuff that they don't like. So now she wants to go after men of that era.
And they're not playing in people's comments. They're not, some of the young guys know what it is to be a man, but a lot of these guys, they don't know what it is. They didn't have fathers. They didn't have an example. They don't know. They just followed the women because that's all that they were around. So instead of going to a masculine man's channel and learning how to be a man, they tend to seek out feminine channels and want to join. So welcome, Sprinkle Sprinkle.
So she admits that there's a problem with women raising boys on their own, but in the same sentence, she's gonna try to tell you what a real man is.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
Just keep getting the money. The money is the goal, not the man. The man with the money is also, what you might want to marry, but the goal is always going to be the money.
Woo!
Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. As long as so if you're going to cheat on the older guy, make sure the younger guy has money too. Don't date with a broke younger guy. They all gotta have money. If you laying down with them, they got to have money. Period. Okay?
They're really dumb.
I mean, if you can't find a young man who's rich, don't even lay down with him. Don't lay down with nothing broke. That is the rule.
Fellas, if she ain't got a hymen, don't give her no diamond. That's the rule. And that's not just my rule. That's coming from the Most High. Like I said earlier in the video, we're Western modern women's best option. They can't pull this crap with men in another country. So fellas, especially older gentlemen, if you just must trick off some money, Do it overseas. Don't spend it on some post-wall, bald-headed, weave-wearing Jezebel that spends all her time online bragging about how much of a trick you are on TikTok. But the good news is that a lot of our older brothers are just as wise as their age suggests. Cause check this out.
Oh, Tippy, sprinkle, sprinkle. Hey, Shira, these older men started to act like they are the prize too. How much older though, ma'am? How much older are you? I'm talking about almost 50, 60, you know, older, not old, not older than you, but older. And when they start acting like the prize, you're obviously not choosing the correct target. You got to find someone that worships the ground you walk on, man. That means you got to be like, they gotta pinch themselves when they're with you because they can't even believe it's true.
Oh my God! Wow!
So the dynamic of the relationship means, you know, Beauty and the Beast, okay? That's what it has to get to. And you'll have everything you want.
Wow! The land of make-believe!
Uh-oh, ladies. She's saying that y'all gotta self-improve. Y'all gotta hit the gym. Y'all can't just come as is and expect the world. Ladies, all two of y'all watching, if you did that, then you wouldn't have to target senile old men.
Boys and young men are out to conquer you and move on. Yeah, boys are just there for their ego. You want an older guy who's there for you and want to spoil you and give you the world. That's what you want. This is why I say avoid young men, because at least by the time they get older, they know what it is to be a man, because they've lived long enough to learn that that does not work for a long time. It only works for the type of women that they don't want.
So according to Queen Jezebel, men only want women that want them for their money? How's that working out for all these celebrities, rappers, and NBA players? I've been posting a video about a high-value man getting played by Jezebel damn near every week. And one thing they have in common is they don't look very happy. Shout out to Manosphere Highlights Daily for the clip, and these are my final thoughts on the Drizzle Drizzle movement. Fellas, when Jezebels destroy households, they have a movement of other Jezebels that have done the same. Single motherhood by choice might as well be a movement. And what's crazy is the Jezebels have went so far, they're attempting to adopt Korea's 4B movement over here. So I'm gonna leave you guys with the answer to why these women act this way. It's a woman's primal nature to create chaos because it's a win-win situation for her survival. If she destroys you and you delete yourself, then she has rid the world of a weak man. But if her destruction ignited a flame that made you rebuild yourself into a man of value, then what she has done is made the world a better place for other women, because everyone benefits from productive, strong men. In the West, men are surrounded by simps, white knights, and Derek Jackson wannabes. It's so good that even groo-boos can get an abundance of boo-boos, and post-wall women like Shara can gain millions of followers from being a gold digger online. Fellas, we need to stop blaming feminism and start blaming simpinism. Simpinism is the male-led movement more destructive than any wave of feminism that women can come up with. I'ma do some simp math for you. Digging stick plus women's attention divided by money equals weak man. If you change the environment, the behavior can exist. Become exempt. One less pawn, one less sucker, one less simp. Drizzle Drizzle may or may not be the movement that men need, but it was the wake-up call that even got the attention of the Jezebel queen. So if you really about that life, then hold the line, get your passport, and But anyway, man, that's the video for today. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like the damn video. Be sure to click here to see why black men secretly love masculine women in America. Be sure to follow me on my Instagram at NGEnevergoodenough. And if you want to do some business with me, be sure to hit me up on my email at NGEnevergoodenough@gmail.com. And remember, Become the change you want to see. It's your boy, NGE. Peace.